Hi, I'm Newman, and today I'm with Lee Armstrong, who's a partner agent. And there's lots of talk about estate agents becoming self-employed, and I thought it'd be really useful to talk to an agent that's taken that leap, if you like, to discuss how that process happened and how it felt. So, Lee, do you want to just give us a bit of your history and what you were doing before?
Yeah, sure. So I've been in estate agency nearly 25 years now. So it feels like a long time. Majority of that was working in sort of corporate land.
Yeah.
What
was that like in corporate land?
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Worked with some really good people,
Yeah.
good teams. Really enjoyed it. It was very different to what I'm doing now. But I worked my way all the way up from a sort of junior negotiator to a valuer to a branch manager to then running a large city centre office. Done all the sort of different roles within corporate agency.
And what position were you in when you decided you wanted to do something different?
So I was running a city centre branch with a big team of people, a big lettings operation, a big sales operation, a big financial services operation, very successful. Sort of at the point really of going from a senior branch manager maybe into an area director role, more of a regional role. At that point I kind of decided, well, what do I actually want to do?
Yeah. So what were the different options for you then? In fact, before you discuss that, tell me what it was like on a day-to-day basis. Tell me, what did you do? What did you like, and what didn't you like?
A lot of it, the most enjoyable bit is, say, developing a team of people to work with and seeing them come up, train them to be really competent at what they do, etc. And as I say, we had some really great results. During my time there, I took over an office that was underperforming and I turned it into one of the leading offices within that sort of corporate network. So really enjoyable to see the growth really of the business. What didn't I like? Corporate world is so different to what I do now to an extent. There are so many different income streams that you're pressured to manage. So it's not just selling houses, it's making sure you penetrate your sales with enough financial services sign-ups, with conveyancing. If you were a lister of a property, a valuer of a property, you had to make sure a certain percentage of them signed up to upfront marketing costs. And if you didn't hit your target, then you had to go onto a conference call and then have further training. And every single month there were conference calls to discuss how much of your pipeline you'd actually exchanged on that month, no matter how hard you tried. If you didn't hit a certain percentage of your pipeline turned over, then obviously you're hauled over the coals for all of that.
So you're being micromanaged?
Absolutely, yeah.
And what about, were you having to manage other people?
Definitely, yeah. Then you have to manage your staff, and then you have to manage the negotiators as well, so the valuers and the negotiators and the financial services people. There was a lot of pressure, I guess, and I was in a position where I was running quite a big operation, quite a big branch, so we were responsible for a lot of the area's target. And the successful officers seemed to get more and more pressure thrown at them, rather than the ones that maybe were a little bit underperforming and needed more assistance and more help to then bring their results up to an extent. So,
did you find those targets would move, or?
Yes, every single year, and that's one of the things that prompted me to look to move, because we just had our most successful year, most profitable year. Got a lovely bonus on the back of that, fantastic. The year after that, suddenly the threshold for the target just went up exponentially to a level which was just like,
move the goalposts.
Goalposts had moved so much that it made it impossible then to earn the same amount of money I had the year before, which to me didn't really seem a reward for all the hard work and effort I'd put into getting that branch to where it had just achieved, really. And on top of that, it wasn't just that the goalposts would move on the targets and bonuses and commissions, etc. They were also undermining or cutting costs left, right and centre. So they're expecting you to achieve a bigger result with less resource. Which, for the best will in the world in the marketplace we've been through over the last many years, hard to do.
Was there any other reasons why you decided you wanted to leave? So they put the targets out, they reduced what they were going to spend
Yeah, well, I think I was at a point in my career, so nearly 25 years. I was at a point then where it was, well, I've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
I know how to run a successful estate agency. What do? Do I set my own business up? And I had a lot of people coming to me telling me that you've got the experience, you know what you're doing, you could do it yourself, we'll back you, we'll help you.
Yeah.
I had various colleagues that were willing to go with me as well and work together and set our own business up. So that was one option that I really had at that point.
So, and what other options? Would you have considered a higher position in the corporate world, a regional manager? Is that another option?
It was an option,
Yeah.
and it's something which they floated to me when I told them the decision that I was looking to leave.
Yeah.
But the bit I love most about this job is meeting the clients.
Yeah.
Being an estate agent,
Yeah.
I have never had any desire to sit in an office, look at spreadsheets, look at figures, look who's underperforming, manage them and micromanage them the way that I was.
Yeah.
It was all, for me, this job is all about meeting the people, doing the best you can do for them, getting them the results, and seeing their faces when you're handing over keys and collecting keys, etc. That's the bit of the job that I love the most.
Yeah, that's true.
So
you were
that's
looking
what I
at-
wanted to do. So area manager role, not for me. For some people, fantastic. They love it, but it was never something that I really wanted to do.
So you looked at being self-employed as an option as an estate agent, and we obviously met at some point. Tell me what your thought process was. Did you like the idea? Did you have any concerns? How did you feel?
I like the idea straight away. I like the idea, but of course there's concerns because you only know one way.
Yeah.
I've been doing that way for 20 years, and that seemed to be the way that it went in the industry at that point. And that's where things have changed so much, I think, over recent times. But I love the idea of it. The concerns were, well, one, am I going to be good enough?
Yeah.
Am I going to earn the money?
Yeah.
Am I going to be able to grow a business? Because it was a relatively cold start business that I came into, and will I be able to make a success of it?
Yeah.
And support the family, because I've got children to look after, mortgage to pay, bills every single month, and will I be able to keep the lifestyle up that I've got? Will I be able to grow the lifestyle? What's it going to be like? So huge concerns on that side of it, without a doubt.
Okay. And that's common for anyone who's going to be starting their own business. There are it's the unknown, and it's really a leap of faith, and this model probably isn't. It's not for everyone, is it? I mean, so what do you think the right type of person would be for this role, and what's the wrong type of person, if you like?
So you've got to be driven,
Yeah.
without question. You've got to really have a desire to get up every day and make the best efforts you can to basically to earn some money more than anything. But you've got to be really sort of self-motivated. If you get up and expect to be spoon-fed with appointments and spoon-fed with valuations, and your business is just going to grow on its own, that's not going to happen.
Right.
You've got to put the hard miles in. You've got to get out there. You've got to do the prospecting. You've got to really do everything you can do to grow your business and use every avenue possible. And it's been really, really hard work. But it's been more rewarding, I would say, than I could possibly imagine.
Wow, that's good.
Without question.
So tell us now, looking back, tell me what it is like. Obviously, like, you had the concerns. You've been doing it for a while now. How is it? What do you like about it, and what are the benefits?
Benefits are a multitude of them, really. There's flexibility. So, again, I've got a family. If I need to take some time to spend with the family, then I've got the ability to do that, because I am self-employed. It's my decision what hours I want to work. What I do find, quite conversely though, is that I've probably done more hours and I've worked harder, and weekends and things like that. I don't care if I'm working a weekend, because ultimately I'm going to earn a bigger share of the income potential from the appointments that I'm doing. So doing this self-employed role, it just motivates you more than anything. So definitely I've worked much longer hours, but I've enjoyed it.
And you're being rewarded for those.
And yes, you get the rewards coming back from doing those extra hours, really, at the end of the day. So certainly the flexibility in the role in terms of the hours you work is great. But a warning to anybody: if you think you're going to come in and work less hours and earn more money, that's not going to happen. You've got to work your absolute socks off to make it successful, really.
And how do you find your standard of service that you're providing for your clients, people who are selling or want to buy, in this role? Is it easier, harder, better?
I suppose I put more pressure on myself as well, because it ultimately it's my name. When people instruct us, they're instructing me. So therefore,
I've got more responsibility and ownership.
I'm totally responsible for everything, and that's the way that I kind of pitch myself to my clients, is that if you're going to employ me to represent you, you're employing me as your consultant. You're not employing an estate agent, you're employing somebody who's a property consultant who is going to deal with everything from start to finish. And I will put my absolute 100% effort into making sure that this is a success, and these are the steps that we're going to follow to make sure that it's a success, really.
Okay, so, and do you feel that there's benefits to the client dealing with someone like self-employed as opposed to an employee? I mean,
I think the whole model, if you're self-employed and you are looking after that client and you've got more of a detailed knowledge of that client's property, of that client's situation, of the needs that client has got, and you are their sole representative that is going to look after everything for them, as I say, from start to finish, they will know that they've got somebody who they're working with as well, more than anything.
So what would be your advice to anyone who's in a similar position to you were and thinking about their options, thinking, should I set up a business on my own? Should I go up the corporate ladder? Should I look at the self-employed option? What would your advice be?
Well, I love this. I think this is the best decision that I've ever made. I've never run my own business, but when I look at the statistics come out this week about the number of estate agency branches that are still closing, the climate for estate agency at the minute is, I'm doing okay because we're growing our market share within this area, but I see so many struggling businesses, and you look at the countrywide model with how much struggling they've had lately. This is sort of a method that allows you to build your business, build your own personal reputation as well, and earn a good salary on the back of it. So I would recommend it 100% to anybody who is in that similar position to me, that knows they can go out there, can win business, can build a business, do it for yourself, earn yourself some really good money at the same time, have the enjoyment factor back into the role, because it's not just about managing staff, it's about managing yourself. And when you do a really good job for somebody, the amount more enjoyment and satisfaction you get from doing it is just amazing. So I would recommend it 100%.
Well, that's good to hear. And like, if anybody has got any questions, I mean, you've answered quite a bit there, but if someone says they want to answer a particular question, are you okay if they just send you a direct message or and contact you and say, okay, well, you heard it there. I mean, I really appreciate your time, Lee, and telling us a little bit about your journey and your process and where you are now. I'm really pleased you're doing well, and I know you're getting some fantastic results. I can see you smiling. You're finding it very rewarding and satisfying, which is great to hear. So keep up the great work, and thanks for your time. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.